Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for the chapter Environmental Issues, and today in this video we are going to cover part 6. Now let's begin with the first question, which was asked in the year 2016. Depletion of which gas in the atmosphere can lead to an increased incidence of skin cancer? Okay, whenever we talk about depletion, the first thing that comes to our mind is ozone, right? The same thing follows here. But you have a special layer which is called as stratosphere, okay, which actually prevents from the UV radiations from entering into the earth. That is, maximum amount is being absorbed by that. So that layer, when it gets damaged, that is where the ozone layer will get depleted. The ozone will get depleted from the layer and it will directly enter into the earth. So here the ozone layer or the ozone shield refers to the region of the earth's stratosphere that absorb most of the sun's ultraviolet radiation. It has high concentration of ozone. How is ozone denoted? O3, relative to other parts of the atmosphere. So which is depleted when the atmosphere is damaged, or when which gas from the atmosphere can lead to increased incidence of skin cancer, is option B, ozone. Next question here. The UN Conference of Parties on Climate Change in the year 2011 was held in dash. Okay, this is a direct question. You don't have much explanation for this. The answer is direct. The place or the location is South Africa. The UN Conference of Parties on Climate Change in the year 2011 was held in South Africa. It is aimed to decrease the pollutant emission. So every party or every commission or every meeting that they will have a specific theme. They will aim for something and they will work for that. So this particular conference aimed for decreasing the pollutant emission. Okay, next question here. Which of the following is not one of the prime health risks associated with greater UV radiation through the atmosphere due to the depletion of stratospheric ozone? So this question was asked in the year 2015. Now coming back to the options here. So here we're talking about 4 options: reduced immune system, damage to the eyes, increase to the liver cancer, or increased in liver cancer, skin cancer. We all have a clue it is cancer. Okay, but what is it? Is it skin or liver? Okay, so here they have given us a clue. Okay, they're asking us the prime health risk associated with greater UV radiation through the atmosphere due to the depletion of the stratospheric this thing. Now here, liver cancer is caused due to the aflatoxin released by Aspergillus fungus and the vinyl chloride. So UV rays are not related with liver cancer. They are associated with skin, they are associated with damage to the eyes, reduced immune system, all that is okay. But liver cancer is associated with chemicals called as aflatoxin, which is released by Aspergillus fungus and vinyl chloride. Therefore, the answer to this question is option C, increased liver cancer. Next question here. The UN Conference of Parties on Climate Change in the year 2012 was held at dash. Again, this question was asked in the year 2015. It's a direct question. We just need to know where was it held. This was held in the year 2012, and the place is Doha. This conference occurred on 28th November to 8th December of 2012 to extend the life of Kyoto Protocol at Doha. And where is Doha? It is in Qatar. Okay, therefore the right answer to this question is option A. Okay, now let's move to the next question here. Global warming can be controlled by dash. So what is global warming first of all? How can we describe it? What are the actions that lead to global warming? So we often hear the word global warming, right? See, a global warming is where, how can you tell it? Global warming can be described as, it's actually something associated with the earth, right? But what you can talk about here is, see, when it comes to global warming, we have to act for it. It can either be we have to act to formulate the own informal global warming opinions as well as to understand the new methodologies. See, it is an illustration. Okay, a global warming is a term that can be observed century scale rise in the average temperature of the Earth's climate. So we're talking about the condition warming here. So obviously it is associated with temperature, right? That you will know. Okay, so and it is related with the effects of that. Scientists are more than 95% certain that they are nearly all the global warming is caused by the increasing concentration of the greenhouse gases and other human caused emissions. So this is the main reason why there is global warming predominantly happening. And what within the Earth's atmosphere, accumulating of the greenhouse gases like the water vapor, carbon dioxide, ozone, methane, nitrous oxide, all these are greenhouse gases. They are the gases when they are accumulated within the atmosphere that absorb and emit heat radiation, thereby increasing the temperature of the overall surface. Our atmosphere gets hotter and hotter, and thereby you face a lot of critical changes, especially the climatic change that you face now is because of global warming. Okay, imagine every heat that is there is getting accumulated within the Earth's surface. What will happen? It will lead to global warming. So global warming, how can you reduce it? Okay, so the answer is option D, reducing deforestation, cutting down use of fossil fuel. Okay, yeah, you should reduce the deforestation. More trees have to be planted. Okay, therefore the right answer is option D. Next question here. The second commitment period for Kyoto Protocol was decided at dash. So that's just now we saw about this in the earlier question. It happened in Doha in Qatar. The Kyoto Protocol is an international agreement linked to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, which commits its parties by setting internationally binding emissions reduction targets. So this happened in Doha, and that is in Qatar, and it happened on 8th December 2012. So in this amendment in the Kyoto Protocol was adopted, and the second commitment happened in the date of 1st Jan 2013 to 31st December 2020. Okay, fine. Next question here. Climate of the world is threatened by dash. We have to analyze the statements here. Increasing concentration of atmospheric oxygen, wrong. Decreasing amount of atmospheric oxygen, wrong. Increasing amount of carbon dioxide, that is right. The increase in the level of the greenhouse gases, where we mentioned carbon dioxide, then we have methane, then we have CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, then we have nitrous oxide. All these are called as greenhouse gases, and when they start accumulating within the Earth's surface, it leads to a major action called as global warming, and that will actually make critical changes in the environment and the ecosystem, which will not help or which will not be an advantage for the organisms that are residing in the Earth. The relative combustion of these various green gases can lead to global warming. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option C, increasing amount of atmospheric carbon dioxide. So here carbon dioxide has increased to 60%, methane to 20%, CFC has increased to 14%. So see how much they have increased gradually in the recent days. Next question here. Which one of the following is a wrong statement? We have to analyze the statements here. Most of the forests have been lost in tropical areas. Ozone in upper part of the atmosphere is harmful to animals. Greenhouse effect is a natural phenomenon, and eutrophication is a natural phenomenon in freshwater bodies. So what is wrong out of the four statements here is option B. Ozone is present in the upper part of the atmosphere, that is stratosphere. It is actually beneficial to the living beings because it will absorb all the UV rays, and thereby it will prevent the UV rays from entering into the Earth's surface. Therefore, the option that is wrong out of the four statements is option B. Next question here. Which one of the following expanded forms of the following acronyms is correct? We have to analyze again here. IPCC stands for International Panel for Climate Change. That is right. You think that is right? You have to identify the acronym that is correct. Okay, the correct acronym is IUCN. IPCC is wrong. UNEP, United Nations Environmental Policy, is again wrong. EPA stands for Environmental Pollution Agency, again wrong. International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN, is supposed to be the correct acronym, and that is, it's self-explanatory what it stands for. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option D. Next question here. Which one of the following pairs of gases are the major causes of greenhouse effect? Okay. You have to identify. One is carbon dioxide, that is there for sure. What is the other? The other one is nitrous oxide, which is option D. Carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide are the major greenhouse gases which has increased in the recent days, which is leading to which plays a major part in global warming. So what actually happens here is, when the global warming is going in an increased pace and the Earth's surface getting more heated up and heated up, what will happen? There'll be a lot of climatic changes. When the climatic changes happen, there will be scarcity of water, or there might be floods. It can be any way round, but any way round, it is going to be a great disadvantage for the living organisms that are surviving in Earth. Next question here. Good ozone is found in dash. Easy question. When we talk about good ozone, it is present in the stratosphere. Good ozone occurs naturally in the Earth's upper atmosphere, that is 10 to 30 miles above the Earth's surface, which is called as stratosphere, where it forms a protective layer shield, and it forms a protective layer, thereby preventing more UV rays from entering into the Earth, and thereby it actually keeps the cooling effect of the Earth. Therefore, the right answer is option C. Next question here. The two gases making highest relative contribution to the greenhouse effect. We just now discussed about it. But here we saw in the recent option where we had carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide. But here we are going a little different. We have nitrous oxide. See, major contribution is carbon dioxide. But the second place goes to methane. Since we did not have an option methane there, we did not select methane, but we took in the third place where nitrous oxide is there, we selected that. Now here in these options you have methane. The first place goes to carbon dioxide and the second place goes to methane. Therefore option A is the right answer. Okay, so these two concentrations contribution are relatively high. Okay, next question here. Global agreement in specific control strategies to reduce the release of ozone depleting substances was adopted by dash. So it is not the Kyoto Protocol, that was given by Montreal Protocol. Global agreement in specific control strategies to reduce the release of ozone depleting substances was adopted by the Montreal Protocol. The treaty was originally signed in the year 1987 and substantially attended in 1990 and 1992. The Montreal Protocol stipulates that the production and the consumption of the compounds that deplete the ozone in the stratosphere are predominantly CFCs. Halogens, carbon tetrachloride and methyl chloroform are to be phased out by 2000, which is 2005 for methyl chloroform. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option A. Next question here. Montreal Protocol aims at dash. So we just now discussed about it, right? So this question is again asked in the year 2009. The Montreal Protocol spoke about the ozone depleting substances. So it aimed for reducing the compounds or the gases which lead to the ozone depletion. So the correct answer is option D, reduction of ozone depleting substances. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option D, and predominantly the major contribution for this ozone depletion from carbon dioxide, methane, it moves slowly to CFCs. What is CFC? Chlorofluorocarbon, which is released from refrigerators, from electrical equipment, especially the air conditioner that you use. All these contribute to a lot of CFCs which will deplete the layer, thereby making the UV rays to directly enter into the Earth's surface, which is not an advantage for living organisms, but actually cause a lot of disadvantages. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option D. With this, we complete the environmental issue of this part. We will meet in the next part with more questions. Thank you.